Hey guys, hope you are doing well. So the market is just cooling down a little bit after this FTX collapse. So we see a lot of just crazy things happening out there, and also just we can suppose that the management of FTX and Alameda just was not that professional team. So everything just was managed by SBF, and then that was lots of craziness going on. My name is Mike Denkler from CorionX, and we are bringing you the most important crypto news, technical analysis, altcoin, NFT, DeFi gems to keep you updated and educated. I should state that nothing in this video can be considered as a financial or investment advice. Everything just for your education and entertainment purposes only. So guys, smash those like, push the bell and notification, or subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Smashing those like is helping out the YouTube algorithm, so appreciate all your likes. So let's go and check out our favorite bubble charts. Let's see what's happening out there. We see just a mixed picture. Few coins are just dumping, like Near, H-Bar, Solana and FTT, Kava, Mina Protocol, but Ape, Leo, STX, XCN, Chiliz, Algorand, and the token of the OKX exchange is doing well. Bitcoin is just sidewaving, and also Ethereum is almost plus minus 0, but BNB is plus 2%. So let's go and check out our favorite indicator, the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Let's see what is going on, if the market's still in fear. Yes, so the index shows us 23, so we are almost hovering around 20, so investors are still fearful, and this just lasting almost 1 year that we spent here in this fear zone. So guys, let's go and check out our first news, that Bitcoin price target now 13,500 as BTC traders says exit all the markets. Okay, so FTX CEO tells of complete failure of corporate controls. Okay, so so after the departure of Sam Bankman-Fried, new CEO John Ray Free wasted no time in acknowledging the extent of the problems left in this wake. So never in my career, so this is the liquidator of the FTX exchange. Never in my career have I seen such a complete failure of corporate controls and such a complete absence of trustworthy financial information as occurred here. Also, there is the news that the Bahamian authorities just looked into FTX books, and then they haven't seen ever this kind of disaster, and so there is no real bookkeeping, and everything just thrown over there. So bulls really need to reclaim 17,600 for us to be able to shift nicely in a long position, according to Crypto Tony, and also Crypto Capo repeating a warning that altcoins could see further losses of up to 50%, was even franker in his message to follows. I repeat, exit all the markets. Bid liquidity offers 13,500 support. So although there is a liquidity to grab around 18,500, 17,200 and 15,500, the bigger one is lower at 13,500, they said. Also between the spot price and 13,000 as almost 200 million on the Binance order book. So we see huge orders sitting there and waiting for just grabbing some liquidity. Next piece of news is US crypto exchanges lead Bitcoin exodus over 1.5 billion in BTC, 1.5 billion US dollar in BTC withdrawn in 1 week. So US exchanges lead BTC exodus, so that means that crypto hodlers and Bitcoin hodlers are withdrawing Bitcoins from exchanges and especially from US exchanges. So users appeared to heed the warning, withdrawing over 3 billion in cryptocurrency in the week immediately following the solvency debacle and operating record numbers of the hardware wallets. So I think Ledger, Nano and Trezor had a good sales in this week and last week. So the biggest weekly reduction comes from Gemini, down almost 30,000 BTC, closely followed by Kraken, Binance and Coinbase. Okay, so the fall of the FTX has posed a tremendous harm to over 1 million users, many of whom were over everyday people who invested their hard-earned savings into FTX cryptocurrency exchange, only to watch it all disappear within a matter of seconds. Whew, that's insane. In total for the week, 134,000 BTC has left their books, the equivalent of around 2.2 billion at current prices, with around 1.5 billion coming from US platforms. So guys, Bitcoin balances on exchanges decreasing. That means investors are withdrawing Bitcoins from exchanges, and this is a good sign. Also, that means lower selling pressure, acute financial distress. So Bitcoin long-term hodlers, and this MVRV shows that long-term hodlers are in loss, almost 33% unrealized loss, and this is one of the deepest that so this is one of the deepest. In the 2018 bear market it was 36. Cool, let's go and check out our next news. So Binance sees record 138,000 BTC inflows as opinions differ on what Bitcoin price will do next. So that's quite interesting, because from other exchanges people withdrawing, but not just to Ledger and Trezor and cold wallets, but they are withdrawing to Binance. It means that likely they have more confidence in Binance. So a data from CryptoQuant puts current inflows at over 138,000 BTC for the day so far. So guys, just in a day, 138,000 BTC. I can just believe that this is true. So maybe something wrong with the data, but if true, that's huge. Okay. For Binance itself, meanwhile, the move means that its BTC reserves are now higher than before the FTX debacle began, almost 573,000 compared to 513,000 on November 6th. So this is Binance Bitcoin holdings that they are custodying for customers. So sell side pressure, is there any rationale? If you are CZ, why do you unpack Bitcoins from BNB chain? Your goal is to support projects on BNB chain. No announcements from Binance means it's customer or investors' money. So I think this activity was highly likely for customers who are in urgent situation that they are withdrawing from other exchanges. So exchanges week of heat. Yes, some other things that I don't really understand. The jump rumors. There have been some massive outflows past 7 days, but also inflows elsewhere. They are transferring to Binance to dump. Doesn't seem right. So if they want to dump or not, we cannot be sure, but this is the exchange net flow total. So this is the exchange net flow. So we see outflows in the past few days and an inflow. Okay. Cool, let's go and check out our next news. Here is the worst case scenario for Bitcoin amid FTX fallout, according to crypto analyst Benjamin Cohen, and a lot of cyclical indicators for Bitcoin that are probably coming up pretty soon, right? We had major bottoms in the cryptocurrency asset class beginning of 2015, basically to end of 2014, but it bled into 2015. We had a major bottom at end of 2018. We are potentially looking at another major bottom in crypto at the end of 2022 or early 2023. This would correspond to what historically would be a major bottom, and I would contend that it could be the market cycle bottom. So this could be the market cycle bottom that we are very close to. Not only do you need price-based capitulation, but you also need time-based capitulation, right? A time-based capitulation is needed as well, and oftentimes in crypto that looks like at least a year of a bear market. In 2013, it took more than a year. It took like 14 months before the bottom was actually in. I think whether it's the bottom or not will depend on how low it goes. If it goes a lot lower, if it's more than a 20% correction from here, then I think we could start to make the case the bottom is in. If it's not, then I still think we need to be sort of on our toes and assuming that it could still continue to take a while to play out. So guys, it would be earlier than later, so just pray that the bottom is even still in, or we are very close to it. El Salvador to buy 1 Bitcoin every day. So Nayib Bukele, president of El Salvador, yesterday announced the country would begin purchasing 1 Bitcoin every day starting today, and their treasuries already hold 2,381 BTC valued over around 20 million US dollar, and they are buying. And also in September it was announced that over 30 countries with over 110 speakers, including Senator India Campis from Mexico, would gather to discuss financial inclusion, and they are also getting into Bitcoin. Next piece of news is now we have a news flow from FTX. Sam Bankman-Fried rumor mill running amok, trading CORX, FBI extraction, FTX hack. So what are these rumors? SBF did a masterclass on trading that was set to be released in December. It was already filmed. So guys, yeah, they were willing to pay $500 for leaks on footage SBF class on trading. Okay. Okay. So meanwhile, source familiar with the matter also recently told Cointelegraph that the former FTX CEO and FTX executives are looking to flee to Dubai, United Arab Emirates. However, this plan may be not bear fruit as the United States and Dubai. What the hell is this? Guys, I don't want to get this news here. Arab Emirates, however, this plan may not bear fruit as the United States and the US signed a treaty that works against criminals. And also, guys, don't forget the FTX hacker who drained almost 300 million worth of Ether, BNB and BUSD, and the hacker moved the funds. Crypto community members speculated on the identity of the hacker, suggesting that it could be an FTX insider or SBF himself. SBF himself. So the Bahamian authorities seized FTX digital markets assets. So we already talked about that. They are just surprised how disaster is this. SBF received $1 billion in personal loans from Alameda. And guys, FTX lent out money to Alameda, used FTT token as a collateral, and Alameda spent all the customers' funds that FTX lent to him on different things, also just loaning out $1 billion to SBF and also investing in different crypto startups. So Sam Bankman-Fried received a $1 billion personal loan from one of 4 silo companies deeply involved in the collapse of the FTX cryptocurrency exchange. And guys, this is huge. And yeah, so this is huge. From compromised systems integrity and faulty regulatory oversight abroad to the concentration of control in the hands of a very small group of inexperienced, unsophisticated and potentially compromised individuals. This situation is unprecedented. I think this is from the liquidator. Complete failure of corporate controls. 4 silos made up FTX group and damning in this months. For example, employees of the FTX group submitted payment requests through an online chat platform where a disparate group of supervisors approved disbursement by responding with personalized emojis. Crypto custody is a disarray. So that was a complete disaster. This is why we need regulation also, looking into these crypto companies' books. Sam Bankman-Fried updates investors: we got overconfident and careless, claims 13 billion leverage. I was on the cover of every magazine and FTX was the darling of Silicon Valley, said the former CEO. And he said he was wrong in his estimates of the crypto exchange's leverage prior to its collapse, claiming it wasn't 5 billion but closer to 13 billion. So guys, he even didn't know that how much they are leveraging and then just risking. So not 5 billion but 13 billion. Whew. With no buy-side liquidity alongside the bank run resulted in roughly 4 billion being withdrawn daily, 25% of consumer assets. I was wrong. Leverage wasn't 5 billion, it was 13 billion. 13 billion leverage, total run on the bank, total collapse in asset value, all at once, which is why you don't want to leverage. Guys, that's insane. Bahamas, yes, they started investigation and bankruptcy filed in, and also SBF thought that he really just wouldn't, if would do it again, that he wouldn't file this chapter 11, but I don't think that he can recover anything. FTX hacker panicked, still holds almost 340 million in Ether cryptos, and it was an insider or maybe SBF itself. So guys, this is and this happened after filing the bankruptcy. Bankman-Fried spent millions on democratic campaigns. Many of campaigns, including some of losing ones, already spent the direct donations. Others have considered returning to direct donations. So actually SBF financed democratic campaigns and also Biden's campaigns with millions and maybe billions. Crypto Twitter unhappy with SBF puff piece pushed by mainstream media. So guys, that was maybe in the New York Times or whatever, that being biased given SBF strong ties with United States politics. So actually it was word count, New York Times puff piece on SBF fraud, 0 Enron, 0 crimes, 0 illiquid, 0 stolen, 0 hidden, 0 criminal, 0 backdoor, 0 he's getting sleep, 1. So it just disservice to all of those impacted, and it's disheartening to see all this just skimmed over like he made a simple mistake. Why the puff piece? New York Times, because I think they wanna helping SBF through social media. As a user, you also have responsibility. You can't just blame all of the responsibility to other people. When bad things happen, if you blame all of the responsibility, if it's always to other people, you will never be successful, CZ explained. Cool. Next piece of news is, despite FTX bankruptcy, Kevin O'Leary would still invest in SBF. So guys, the funny thing that Kevin O'Leary was the guy that always just preached that one more huge collapse to become, and then the crypto market can recover. So he always expected a huge collapse. Now he got it, and the sad thing is that he was an investor in FTX, and just he wrote down his investment. So Mr. Wonderful starts on FTX. I have talked to many other institutional investors that use the platform. They also have zero balances. He added, everybody is talking to their accountants and lawyers and auditors and compliance departments about this. It's an extraordinary situation. Okay, how will Kevin restore his funds? You are going to see billions of dollars leave unregulated, and exchanges looking for somewhere in the world where they can be put safely. That's right, now in Canada. Still an SBF supporter. Yeah, so he was asked if he would invest again. You can love him or hate him given what's happened, but I think we can all admit that was one of the most brilliant traders in the crypto universe. Yeah, so if you are happy that he lost his money, that okay. Genesis Global Hearts withdrawals, sitting unprecedented market turmoil. So this is also because the FTX contagion, also liquid exchange went down, BlockFi went down, and other huge companies went down, like Genesis Global. And Genesis Global is the liquidity provider of Grayscale Bitcoin Investment Trust, and also owned by the Digital Currency Group. We have hired the best advisors in the industry to explore all possible options. Next week we will deliver a plan for the lending business. We are working tirelessly to identify the best solutions for the lending business, including, among other things, sourcing the liquidity. So also there was a rumor that Binance maybe would buy up Genesis Global's loan book. Next piece of news is Pantera Capital reveals a 149,000 Bitcoin price target. Here is their timelines. So Pantera Capital CEO Dan Moorhead telling investors, Bitcoin has historically bottomed 477 days prior to the halving, climbed leading into it, and then exploded to the upside afterward. The post-halving rallies have averaged almost 480 days from the halving to the peak of that bull cycle. If history were to repeat itself, the price of Bitcoin would, through November 30, 2022, we would then see a rally into early 2024, and then a strong rally after the actual halving. The following chart shows what might happen if Bitcoin repeats the performance around previous halvings. Yes, so that could happen according to these halving cycles when the Bitcoin issuance is halving. But guys, don't forget that we are close into recession, some monetary tightening going on, interest rates hikes, and also collapsing one of the biggest exchanges in crypto. But good to see that we are much closer to the potential bottom. The 2020 halving reduced the supply of new Bitcoins by 43% relative to the previous halving. It had 23% as big an impact on price. The next halving is expected to occur on March 2020 to 2024. Since most Bitcoins are now in circulation, each halving will be almost exactly half as big a reduction in new supply. If history were to repeat itself, the next halving would see Bitcoin rising 36,000 before the halving and almost 150,000 after, and that would be amazing, almost 10 times from here. Next, New York Fed launches 12-week CBDC pilot program with major banks. So guys, the US is preparing its CBDC, and they are doing this with Bank of New York Mellon, who is already engaged in crypto, Citibank, US Bank, and Wells Fargo, and they will issuing tokens and settling transactions through simulated central bank reserves as part of the pilot. The New York looks forward to collaborating with members of the banking community to advance research on asset tokenization and the further of financial market infrastructure in the US as money and banking evolved. Quite interesting. So maybe we will see a CBDC from US than before than we were expecting. And also Joe Biden issuing an executive order aimed to establishing a framework of digital assets. Some lawmakers questioned what Congress' role might be in passing legislation in support of a CBDC and how a digital dollar might curtail similar innovations from the private sector. And guys, don't forget that China already has its CBDCs, and that is why we have to grab more Bitcoin, because then we are free from all other these government-based cryptos. So next piece of news is Tim Draper still positive on 250,000 US dollar Bitcoin price prediction in 2023. Okay, so no change in the price prediction, still 250,000 US dollar by early next year, so early to 2023. FTX was centralized, reliant on a single funder. The billionaire investor stated, referring to FTX creator SBF, when a currency is centralized, a central bank, for instance, it has a single point of failure and can also manipulate it, he added. I think this fiasco is going to bring on a lot more Bitcoin maximalists. Note that your money is not secure in a centralized system, whether a crypto or fiat. So, good to see that he is just still positive after this crash. Next, Dogecoin holders among least stressed amid current market crisis, study finds. So how can they be amid? So crypto owners are more stressed. You see FTX holders, Tether holders, because Tether for Bitcoin holders, Cardano holders, who are the less stressed, Theta network holders, decentralized sandbox, so metaverse and gaming coins, Chainlink, DeFi, ApeCoin, metaverse gaming, Dogecoin. So not Dogecoin are the less, but are some few others, Flow-Tron. So good to see these stress factors. So Doge increasing interest, as also Elon Musk is pushing Dogecoin. FTT holders the most stressed because they are just waiting for collapse. Next, Genesis sought a $1 billion bailout from investors before halting withdrawals report. The crypto lender Genesis paused withdrawals from its lending arm on Wednesday. So we already talked about that. And what else do we have here? Silvergate CEO sees silver lining for Bitcoin. There are always buyers. Among cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin is apart from the rest, Silvergate CEO said during the Oppenheimer Blockchain and Digital Assets Summit. Web3 and creator economy. Silvergate's strong capital reserves and over-collateralized loan balances put the company in a strong position to weather this and forthcoming market cycles. Sounds pretty interesting because Silvergate is one of the bank that most used in crypto and working with crypto exchanges. I do think that Bitcoin is separate from everything, and that's evident by how well the price has held up and by the fact that we still have an active performing SEN leverage book where we are lending against Bitcoin. Whether deposits are up or down, we have the liquidity and the capital ratios to support the volatility. There are always buyers, especially with Bitcoin, adding we will get through this and we have prior cycles and continues to serve the industry. Leveraging a token that didn't have any value was the core source of instability with FTT. We don't lend against any of these other tokens, and so we feel very good after the portfolio. So they are okay, hopefully. And let's go and check out what else do we have. Cardano-based regulated stablecoins USDA will hit the market in early 2023, and this will be a regulatory compliant stablecoin in the Cardano ecosystem, fully fiat backed. It will fully fiat backed, but I don't understand why the first, because others are still out there, like USD, CBUSD. So the introduction of fully fiat-backed regulatory compliant stablecoin in the next step is realized in the future for our community. So they want to also enter in DeFi, Cardano's DeFi ecosystem. It looks over 33 million in value, so that's not too much, let's say. Cool, what else? Okay, so this is not for now. So guys, that's it. Let's go and check out my Twitter feed. Definitely follow me at MIKLWestDankler. Also push notification all. Definitely follow CorionX platform and also at laserpunk_gods, our NFT launchpad. This is some tweets from this Nayib Bukele, El Salvador. Give a like and share, and also give a like and share. And this is a tweet from CorionX. Are you actively trading crypto options and futures? Check this out. And also, if this so, the Bitcoin bottom is closer than ever. Check these charts. Just learn more about how where the Bitcoin bottom could be. This FTX cascade is a huge pain for FTX users, but an important lesson for all parties like regulators, service providers, and crypto users. This black swan event supporting the bottoming process of this bear market will recover and draw this Bitcoin leaving exchanges, people withdrawing it, and be sure you are ordering your Ledger Nano S Plus or X, and you are storing your crypto wealth on Ledger Nano hardware wallet. This is the most secure, and order from this link that you find, this link here. Cool. The main lessons of the FTX collapse hack is that the best place for your cryptos is your ledger. Yes, I went out for running, and also ZK Sinks if you want to participate. It's time to look at the SEC under the same microscope that use on us. Institutional traders are back. They are shorting Bitcoin. One of the biggest crypto lender may have solvency issue. Genesis. Ken Griffiths, CEO of Citadel, reveals the darkest details of the entire FTX situation. Guys, let's
the Miami Heat.
Listen this.
The basketball team that plays in your new home of Miami is terminating its relationship with FTX. No surprise, of course. And also no surprise, it's looking for a new corporate partner. If you drive down Biscayne Boulevard, at least until last week, you saw the three letters FTX on that arena. Will we see Citadel take their place?
So it turns out that it appears that having your name on a stadium is really bad karma. So I think you're going to see that several $100 million invested in our new corporate headquarters in Miami, which we do think will be an icon in Miami, and it's a testament to our commitment to the great city of Miami, the state of Florida, which is the headquarters of Citadel, and we are so proud to be part of the community and to call Miami home.
The Miami Heat, the basketball team that plays in your new home,
Okay.
Miami, is terminating its relationship with FTX.
So use Paraswap testnet to get potential airdrop, and check out all these tweets, and also give a like and share. And guys, let's go and check out what else do we have. Let's go and visit our farms. You find the link in the description. Go to Uniswap or PancakeSwap, provide some liquidity and lock up your LPs and earn up to 330% juicy APRs, and use your CorionX to make some yields for you. So guys, let's go and check out what's happening on the DXY chart. What is the dollar is doing against other currencies. If the dollar started to weakening in November, and now almost get closer to this horizontal resistance, and now bounced a little bit, and also it's sitting around 107, and if it will rising from here, that we can expect stock market and crypto market going down. But if we will see further downside movement, that we can expect some rallies on the stock market, but if crypto will just affected by this contagion, then crypto wouldn't able to rise from here, according to my opinion. Let's check out what Bitcoin is doing. So Bitcoin is still trading below 17,000, and Bitcoin volatility is lowering here, and also we are going to the apex of this triangle. We have two triangles, one triangle already broken and testing back, other triangle is still open, and I'm observing these trend lines, and there will be a breakout, and we will trade according into the direction of the breakout, but now the volume is going down. So guys, that's it for today. Be sure you just visiting our farms, providing some liquidity, following me and our CorionX platform and Laserpunk on Twitter, joining our Telegram channel and being active, and we wanna alive this bear market together and stronger. So see you in my next video. Bye bye.